Namaste. Welcome to the beginning of another live Sangha. I'm grateful to be here. I trust you are as well as you can be in this moment. As you get yourself settled and comfortable and our first guests are arriving, allow me to light some incense to set the atmosphere, the ambiance. This comes from my sister. My sister gave this to me for Christmas. I like the box art. You can see the chakras. I like how the head is just the cosmos. Not sponsored, but this is Green Tree Sacred Purification, if you're interested. Namaste, dear Arthur. Welcome. I'll try not to light my hair on fire this time. Here we go. Put it in this lovely box. Oh, nice. You see the smoke coming out the top. Very relaxing. Hello, dearest Donsuela. I'm doing well. How are you today? Allow me to set the intention for this space as being all-inclusive, regardless of our background, identity, orientation, belief system, ethnicity, etc. May we come together as fellow students of life to uplift each other, relate in one another's experiences, and share positive sentiments. Hello, dear Edward. Hello, Dia. And thank you, R, for liking the live. Welcome, dear staff. And thank you, Roxy, for the tiny that you sent. Yippee! Mr. Blue, thank you for your trio of ice cream cones. Om Ganganapataye Namah. Allow me to begin our Shravana, the beginning portion of our Sangha dedicated to listening, with a peace invocation, a Shanti mantra from the Taittiriya and Katha Upanishad. It goes like this. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karva Vahai Tejasvina Vadhitamastu Ma Vidvisha Vahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Divine protect us both together. May the Divine nourish us both together. May our studies be vigorous and effective, and may we not mutually dispute or hate any. May there be peace in us. May there be peace in our environment, and may there be peace in the forces that act on us. And thank you for your heart, me dear Dob Darker. Radhe, oh Radhe. Dear Jeff, you ask a poignant question. What is the divine? The divine is the essence that's at the heart of all religions and traditions from around the world. It is the source of this ongoing existence. Whatever compels and impels all these particles into being, whatever it persists through and returns to, that is the divine. That which illuminates this world, not merely from sunlight, starlight, and fire, but from the inner consciousness, painting the scene with sights, sounds, smells, tastes, feelings, thoughts. Welcome, dear Reina Priyaji. We're hanging with the Omis. And thank you, Tan Hao Yu, for your heart me as well. Om Garing Kalikai Namah. Dearest Sky Guardian G, you ask, are we going to watch one episode of that video today? It's okay if it's not set up. It is not set up today, but I really like your idea of going through that video series on the Bhagavad Gita and adding some commentary of our own. What we can do is I can read a random verse from the Bhagavad Gita to wet our whistles for the future. Yeah. Sadhi bhutadhi daivam mam sadhi ajñam cha ye viduhu brayana kalepi cha mam te vidur yukta chetasah. Krishna says, those in full consciousness of me who know me to be the governing principle of the material manifestation of all forms of the divine and all methods of austerity, can understand and know me even at the time of death. Spoken as the true Atma. Dear Titan, you ask, am I a guru? I do not consider myself a guru. No. I am barely a spiritual seeker, as I have lots to embark on when it comes to journeys and understandings. What I am, however, is a very passionate enthusiast on spiritual seeking, and I hope to share that enthusiasm with you. Dear Curly Fry, you ask, how do we know what's good if good and bad work together for one person and not for the other? Well, it's very simple. You answered the question yourself. You do what makes sense as good to you. And if your goodness seems to contradict another's, then that's a learning opportunity to find common ground. Hello, dear Mischief. Thank you, dear Black Muffin. Alright, dear Stevie G. Yes, we can listen to your show and tell song. Allow me to set it up for you. Dear Sean, you ask if I can please use my voice for a sleep meditation. Well, I can tell you that all of the meditations we do, some of them dedicated to getting a good night's rest, are put on my Yamsox Lives YouTube channel, and they're all in a dedicated playlist there for you. All right. Our dear Sanghi, Stevie G, has sent in a song for us to listen to for show and tell. And if you ever want to submit something of your own, do check out the show and tell submission form in the link tree in my bio. I'm going to turn down our background music so we can have full attention to Stevie G's song. Excuse me. Stevie G, you had written that this is another old song of yours, made about 2-ish years ago, when you believed that bad things would happen to you, sort of, if you didn't meditate and discipline yourself often. The cave, quote-unquote, is basically your inner world, where Source, aka who you really are, resides. You now just see mastering the mind through yoga and meditation is just crucial in having an actual pleasant life experience. Just as crucial. It's out on all platforms. Enjoy. Let us listen.
I think I might be moving too slow, but maybe it's just that I don't know where to go. Cycles crumbling, they were getting really old, but I don't know what I still have to let go. So we're just gonna ride the wave. In God's arms I do feel safe, but God is waiting in the cave. If I don't go in, there's a price to pay. But hey, it's okay, I'm actually seeing the way, not a way, but the way. If you know what I mean, then follow me. Listen to God and you'll be set free. Open up for amazing opportunities. Just live in ease, shouting grace, feeling the peace. Still learning not to react, but there's progress, not doing bad. Letting it be, just letting it pass. No need to feed, it's time to fast. Yeah, I have to fast, 'cause I choose to keep moving fast. Push down the throttle, moving in a dash. Removing the egos, yeah, removing the trash. I'm making all this bliss last. Amen.
Thank you for listening, everyone. And thank you, dear Stevie G, for sharing that. All of your songs come from such a personal place within you. And I'm always grateful for your vulnerability and for your enthusiasm in expressing your journey with us all. I love the vibe. Very relatable. May we all find that which is waiting in the cave. Welcome everyone that joined while we were listening together to Stevie G's song. Hello everyone. Alright, I would love to crack open the next chapter in the Journey Home, an autobiography of an American Swami. Oh, did I say hello to you, dear G? I think I mentally said hello when you joined, but I don't know if my words came out. Hello. Lovely to have you here. I think I'm really gonna like this chapter. I don't know about you, but looks like the good stuff. This is the 4th chapter in the 2nd act of the Journey Home. Let's continue where we left off. May this reading relax your mind and awaken your heart. Let's dive right into it. At the month's end, I was more than ready to end my fast. Remembering a peanut vendor in a shop near the Chotiwala restaurant at the Svarīṣṭhāna. Svarīṣṭhāna? That's funny. Did you know, dear viewer, that around your neck right now, you are wearing a Rudraksha mala that comes from the Svarīṣṭhāna? It's true. You are energizing it for me right now, so thank you. I ventured there with 1 rupee that a pilgrim had donated to me, then the equivalent of approximately 12 US cents, expecting a handful of peanuts in return. But when the shopkeeper saw 1 rupee, his eyes lit up, and he quickly patched together some old newspapers to form a large shopping bag and filled it with peanuts. Today, I will feast, I rejoiced as I walked along the jungle path back to my cave. Deeper into the forest, I found myself face to face with a huge brown monkey who blocked the path like a customs agent. Growling and baring his pointed teeth, he sized up his victim with small, piercing green eyes. Thick brown fur clothed his muscular form. He had a bright pink face, scarred from past battles, gnarled pink fingers, I should say, and shiny pink buttocks. Suddenly, he sprang on me. In one motion, he seized the bag of peanuts, swiftly kicking my chest to catapult away. Gasping, I stumbled a few steps back. When I regained my footing, I smiled, seeing that he had disappeared instantly into the jungle with the whole bag. Some of the peanuts, though, had fallen on the ground during the scuffle. Oh well, I thought, these will have to suffice for breaking my fast. As I stooped to pick them up, another monkey leaped from a tree, scooped up every peanut, and disappeared. I was not spared a single nut. As I proceeded to my cave for the night, my stomach rumbled. Compared to the treasure of spiritual experience, worldly acquisition is like these peanuts, I thought to myself. People lie, cry, and die for a few of these peanuts. They fight and struggle for a handful. Wars are waged over them. But at any moment, a monkey, another's greed, or even the inevitable march of time may plunder from us our cherished peanuts. The next morning, I traveled by foot to the far end of the Ganga bank in Rishikesh. Climbing up a mountain, I arrived at Shankaracharya Nagar, the ashram of Maharshi Mahesh Yogi, whom, if I'm not mistaken, is the guru of the Beatles. In this hermitage, earthen pathways wound through ancient trees, fragrant bushes, and flowering vines, leading to quaint huts for meditation. Further on, I found myself at the brink of a steep cliff that offered a spectacular view of the river Ganga. Near the edge of the cliff was a simple home of Maharshi. Entering, I found myself in a room with a flower-adorned altar. On it was a picture of the Maharshi's guru, Brahmananda Saraswati. He had a white beard. His long white hair was combed back from his clear brow, and he was sitting on a tiger skin. An esteemed yogi, he was the first in over 150 years to be awarded the post of Shankaracharya of the Himalayan region, Jyotirmath, a role similar to a pope's. In the morning and evening, the residents of the ashram came together in Maharshi's puja room to chant hymns, offer articles of worship, and conclude the ceremony with group meditation. Somebody told me that Maharshi preferred to meditate in the basement, a dark, cave-like cellar into which few descended. The cool, silent cellar turned out to be my favorite place to meditate also. It was here that I especially felt the Maharshi's presence as a deep peace and serenity, as it permeated my mind and body. By the way, Maharshi is a title. Rishi is Sanskrit for a seer, one with divine sight. Maha means great, so great seer. Maharshi. Maharshi was born in 1917 in central India and graduated with a physics degree from Allahabad University. For 13 years, he served his guru, Brahmananda Saraswati, which, on the topic of explaining the Sanskrit, Ananda means bliss, Brahma means ultimate, Brahmananda means the ultimate bliss. Saraswati is the name of a sacred river goddess. Also the title of the lineage, the monk order, which he must be from. So he served his guru, Brahmananda Saraswati, in the position of secretary. Before departing from the world, his guru gave him this order: "What I have taught you also contains knowledge of the technique for the householder, which has been misinterpreted and forgotten over the centuries. Don't think of money for traveling here and there. Don't worry and don't be afraid of being alone. Don't be anxious about anything. Begin working and everything will go by itself." To prepare for his mission, Maharshi entered the caves of Uttar Kashi for 2 years of solitary meditation. Then, in 1955, he began teaching Transcendental Meditation, TM, and established his hillside ashram in Rishikesh. From 1957 on, he began his travels across the world. The Maharshi Mahesh Yogi taught that by practicing TM, our consciousness enters into finer and more subtle states. The goal is to enter a state more subtle than our ordinary states of wakefulness, sleep, and deep sleep. To meditate, then, is to experience a consciousness beyond the subtle existence of the mind and the ego, for it is in that liberated state of pure being that we experience the eternal self. Maharshi was especially creative in harmonizing modern scientific technology with the ancient sciences of yoga. Although the Maharshi was abroad while I was there, under his inspiration in the sanctuary of his ashram, I read his books, The Science of Being and Art of Living, and 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. Every evening at Shankaracharya Nagar, I spend time with an Australian sadhu named Bevan, a leader of the ashram and one of Maharishi's closest disciples. Together we met in his hut, where we listened to reel-to-reel tapes of the Maharishi and discussed his teachings. I remember hearing the Maharishi say in his high-pitched and often giggling voice, "Here, we make no empty promise of heaven after death, but the positive experience of heavenly bliss during lifetime. Come, whoever desires it." His technique was simple. Only 15 to 20 minutes of effortless, quote-unquote, meditation in the morning and evening, and no need for lifestyle changes or religious and philosophical adjustments. He taught that life is essentially bliss, that we are essentially beings of bliss, and that TM can bring us into contact with this blissful state of being by gently directing our mind's natural tendency to seek after happiness toward the inherent happiness of our being. He would sometimes refer to this as watering the root and enjoying the fruit. It was winter and quiet. Hardly another foreigner besides Bevan and I turned up at the ashram. Bevan told me how, only a couple of years earlier, the Beatles, Donovan, and Mia Farrow and her sister Prudence had visited and stayed with Maharishi. Since that time, the influence of yoga and meditation was spreading throughout the world. Meditating in that sanctified forest and sleeping on that mountaintop were priceless gifts. On 3 occasions, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi appeared in my dreams. He sat cross-legged, holding a flower, his long graying hair and beard merging with his flowing white robes. Soft light emitted from his rounded face. Although a physically small man, his presence was immense. His soft but penetrating gaze seemed to be calling me into a realm of timeless peace. He did not speak, but simply smiled upon me, closed his eyes, then disappeared. In time, I returned to the solitude of my forest cave, where I asked myself why I left the Maharishi's ashram. After all, I had only enlightening experiences there. Obviously, the Maharishi was a powerful, loving force, and everybody had been so kind. Why did I move about like this? Again and again in the months to come, I would ask myself this question, and each time I would conclude that I wished to learn from many paths and teachers before I committed myself to one. Until I gained the faith to dedicate my life to a path and a master, I reflected, I will remain a wandering pilgrim. Let's pause our reading of the journey home there for now. We'll continue the 4th chapter of the 2nd act next time. We're getting into some good stuff, aren't we? I'm very grateful to read this with you. Thank you. If you have any reflections on what we've read so far, I'd love to explore them with you. But that concludes our Shravana section, dedicated to listening. We can transition now to Manana, the section dedicated to Q&A and exploring whatever is on our hearts and minds. And welcome everyone that joined while we were reading also. Dearest Gregor G, you share. You also like to listen and chat, but your attention is faulty. So you take spells of learning and then some conversation. That makes sense to me. Perfectly valid. Dearest G, you share that Everyone is welcome to clear the chat display if you prefer to only watch me. It's true, there's a possibility. I don't exactly know what combinations of buttons or swipes you need to do on your screen. But if the chat ever is distracting you, you can clear it away. Just slide to the left. Slide to the right. Welcome, dear Raven. Thank you, Nervous. Correct pronunciation is a very good meditation, I find. It was something that students of Vedānta would embark in. One of the 6 auxiliary disciplines of studying the Vedas, the scriptures of the Himalayas, is known as correct pronunciation. I forget what the word is in Sanskrit. Oh, how to pronounce the word in Sanskrit that means correct pronunciation. Siksha, phonetics or pronunciation, one of the 6 Vedangas, auxiliary disciplines of the Vedas, along with Chanda, which is poetry, poetic meter or prosody, Vyakarana, grammar, Nirukta, etymology, Jyotisha, astronomy, also astrology, and Kalpa, rituals, ceremonies, and personal conduct. All of these can be kinds of meditations. Is there a word for love? Asks blank cover plates. Is there a word for love? Sanskrit is the most linguistically diverse language in the world. There are literally millions of words for love in Sanskrit. One of them is prema, the most common one, that is. Prema, love. It forms many compound words. If you want to say the bliss of love, you'd say premananda, the bliss ananda of love, prema. Radhe, Radhe, dearest Magdalene Priya. You're very welcome. That's spelled P-R-E-M-A. Prema. It's also still a very popular girl's name for Indians. To just be called love. Dear Raven, you share in our reading, you love especially that the narrator didn't want to devote to a path without studying from many teachers first. I appreciate that also. It's very smart. Yes. Now, I wanted to give thanks to those who sent a gift while we were reading also. Dear Marcy, thank you for your GG. Om Ganganapatai Namaha. And dear Gabriella, thank you for your heart me. Om Namah Premaya. I think that's how you'd say, how you'd make a mantra out of love. Salutations to love. Assuming it's masculine A stem. I want to double check that. I can't be giving you faulty mantras. Yeah. Om Premaya. Thank you, dearest Reina Priyaji, for your dozen roses. Om Khang Jahnavyay Namah. Dear Gregorji, you share that Namah can double as a word for reverence as well as salutations, right? Yeah, there is no direct translation of this word, but it carries the essence of a kind of reverence to the salutations. Reverence, salutations, bowing motion. Thank you, dearest Laurie, for your tiny yippee and your rose. Hare Krishna. Dearest Fiddleleaf, Gwendolyn Priya, thank you for your crystal rose. Jaya Sita Ram. Hello, dear fast mind. And good night. If it is your night, dear nervous, your rest of your day, may it go as beautiful as you are. Dear Raven, you ask if I can remind you what is Radhe or Radhe. It's what's called a vocative form of a name for the Divine Mother. So the Divine Mother, her name is Radha, Radha. Radha. Just like in English, when you're calling out to someone, when you're vocating to them, you might add an extra sound at the beginning. You might say, "Oh Radha, oh Mother." Or you might prolong the vowel sound at the end. Mother. Sanskrit has a grammatical system to create a vocative form, which is very precise. And for Radha, if you're calling out to her, you'd say Radhe, Radhe. So it means, oh Radha, oh Divine Mother, oh Divine Mother. Thank you, dear John Simon, for your heart me and trio of roses. Rama Rama. And P-Flomatics, thank you for the heart me you sent as well. Hare Krishna. Dear Gwendolyn Priya, you share, you know a few Priyas. Yes. That is a word that means beloved. And I often add it to the end of many Sangis' names here, like your own. It's also a common name. Dear Dia, you share, if the world was ending, you'd go to Canada. I feel very peaceful in Canada. Maybe it's just me, but I'm very grateful to be here. Thank you, dear Raven, for the dozen roses you sent. Om Sum Suryaya Namah. Anjo Sand, spoken like a true Koan author. I keep trying to explain Shiva, but only Shakti comes out. Bravo. Dear Arsi, thank you for your heart me, your team bracelet, and 2025. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That is also a good Sanskrit word, dear P-Flomatics. Dhyana. Dhyana, meaning meditation. Dear Miyananda, you ask, is it true that that which is spoken stops being true? It is true that truth can never fully be encapsulated in words. And so we can speak from a place of truth, and our words are true. But if we attach ourselves to the words, then we lose sight of the truth from which these words point to or come from. Like I could say, look, it's the moon. But if you're just looking at the tip of my finger, there's no moon there. Where's the moon? I don't see it. I hold up my hand, I say, look, it's the moon. And you're looking at the tip of my finger like, I think you're lying. I don't think there's a moon there. Where is it? Words are like that. They're pointers. If we follow where they go, oh, there's the moon. But if we're just attached to the words, I don't get it. Where's the truth in these words? Thank you, Gwendolyn Priya, for your team bracelet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dear Usha Priya Ji, thank you for your hand hearts, your 33 roses, and a finger heart too. Om Som Somai Namah. Dear LSD, you ask, what about my math journey? What about my math journey would you like to know about? Dear Beak, you share you recently was at a service call at a Hindu household. You exclaimed, OMG, when you saw their home. Oh my Ganesh. That's cute. Hello, dear Beak Castle. Metanoia, thank you for your heart me as well. Om Haum Jum Sa Om Bhur Bhuvaswa Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukam Iva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiya Mamritat Om Swaham Bhuvaham Bhuhum Om Saha Jom Aum Om. Thank you, dear Sea Bright. It's about being above terminology. Exactly, dear Hybrid Gem. Words are just a vehicle to deliver meaning. If the meaning comes through, that's all that matters. If it doesn't, then let's choose different words. Dear Stevie G, you share that I said a few days ago, it's up to the divine to determine how well you sleep. What do I mean by that? I was talking about how the results of our actions are always in the hands of the divine. We can prepare for the most favorable outcome, but it's never guaranteed. We can study as best as we can and still fail the test. We can make our room nice and dark, put on calming music, get cozy under the blankets, and stay up all night. There are things that have to come to us rather than from us. That which comes to us is in the hands of the divine. Sleep is one of those things. The grade we get on the test is one of those things. If we get accepted into the job interview is one of those things. That which comes not as a direct result of our actions. Things we can largely prepare for, but we can never guarantee. And that's the definition of the divine. When we say we hand things off to the divine, that's just what we mean. That we're letting go of the things that we cannot control. I'm glad you liked the moon today, dear Gregard G. Me too. I had a lovely moment with the moon at around 3 in the morning, Brahma Muhurta. I walked down to the snowy beach and pontificated. Dearest Stevie G, you have yet to memorize the names of the moon phases. Oh, me too. I don't know. All I know is that one looks kind of full. That one kind of looks like a fingernail. And then there's stuff in between. Full moon and fingernail moon. That's as much as I know. Welcome, dear Kaz. Dear Raven, you ask, what deities/energies do I invoke most commonly in prayer, meditation, devotion, manifestation, etc.? Personally, none in particular. Just a general feeling of the divine. If I am struggling with anger, I might invoke Kali. If I'm wanting to deepen my yoga, it might be Shiva. Shiva and Kali, I think I call upon most. If I'm needing some reassurance, maybe Krishna or Radha. But most generally, just the most general sense of the divine, the universal essence, Brahman. Good night, dear Kaz. Dear Michael, thank you for the rose and heart me that you sent too. Aim Saraswatyai Namah. And Neon Jello Pack, thank you for your flowers. Brahm Bhairavaya Namo Namah. Gwendolyn Priya, you shared just the other night, you said, I surrender to the will of the Divine Mother. That's beautiful. Rafi, you ask, can I explain the 3 stages of mind? Wake, dream, and deep sleep. These are the 3 states that we experience day to day. The reason that's often invoked is it's used in Vedānta to understand Turiya, a 4th state beyond these 3. We spend much of our time in waking, dreaming, or in dreamless sleep. Each of them have a particular metaphor for consciousness. We want to wake up from this dream of Maya, material existence. But we also want to do so in a way where we leave our sense of separation behind. Perhaps not unlike the underlying sense of unity in deep sleep. We want to recognize this world to be like a dream. We want to wake up from that dream. And we want to be one with our consciousness, like in deep sleep. If we can do all of these three things at the same time, then that's Turiya, the fourth state, which is a metaphor for enlightenment. Thank you, dear Matthew, for your heartbeat. Om Shri Mahalakshmyai Namah. And Tattvamasi, thank you for your trio of roses. Jai Nisargadatta Maharaj. Dearest Hybrid Jen, you ask, is there anything I can say that can calm you for tomorrow's party you're hosting? Is the party happening in this moment? You find the moon to be beautiful tonight, dear Neon Jello Pack. Oh, thank you for being a part of the resonance, dear Deegan. Well said, dear Ishananda. Nobody can teach one more about the divine than yourself. We as humans are the astrolabe of God. Welcome, dear Fat Cat Weaves. Dear Raven, you shared the names of the moon phases. There's new moon, waxing crescent, waxing gibbous, full moon, waning gibbous, waning crescent, new moon. Okay, thank you. But if you want to maximize your sleep potential, dearest Stevie G, then continue to recommend a sattvic lifestyle. Niyananda, you share this month is Shivaratri, and you invite Sanghis to find Hindu temples to witness this holiday. Dear Dia, you ask, do I feel the duality in spirit, mother, father, or both? We can see a world before us. That world before us is the mother. That includes everything to not just see, but also hear, taste, touch, feel. The objective, phenomenal world, all the energy, all the physicality, all the movement, all the activity, that is the mother. She is the entirety of the experience, the creation. But that's not all there is. There's also a witnessing. Who, or shall I say, what is doing the seeing, the hearing, the tasting, the smelling, the feeling, the witnessing? That cannot be described, because to put it into words is to be in the world of matter, of the feminine. So nothing I say can ever describe the masculine, which is the consciousness, the witness, the experiencer. That's the Father. The Holy Father is the one that looks through your eyes. What the eyes lay upon is the Divine Mother. There is a duality, but not in any real sense, because the seer and the seen are inseparable. They beg of each other's existence. You cannot have the seer without the seen, or the seer or the seen without the seer. So, although we can describe them as distinct, they are one in essence, in nature. This is known as Saguna Brahman. That's the ultimate reality, universal consciousness, Brahman. as saguna, with form, prakriti, material nature, and nirguna Brahman, the ultimate reality, universal consciousness, Brahman, as nirguna, without qualities, just the consciousness, the witnessing, Purusha, the primeval person that pervades him. That's interesting, dear Raven. You share, people reportedly in Nirvana tend to have gamma spectrum brain waves at all times. Super high frequency brainwave. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Talkinton, for the heart me that you share. Thanks for stopping by, dear Adonis. Gina, thank you for your rose and crystal rose and another crystal rose. Jaya Satchit Ananda. And Anna, thank you for your ice cream cone. Ram Ram. Dear Spinudha, you ask, do I think that suffering is the constant foundation and the natural conditions of human? That sounds very similar to the Buddhist view of dukkha, suffering, as a mark of existence. I would not call it a foundation. I would not say that life is built on suffering, but that suffering is an inevitable part of life. It's a universal experience. It's a mark of existence. It's a sign that you're alive, basically. The reason being so is because body and mind, they are vulnerable and impermanent things. Body grieves change. Mind also grieves change. But mind can be taught to accept change. That doesn't change the fact that our body can continue to experience pain and that emotions will still arise. But we can alleviate a lot of our mental suffering just from accepting the nature of impermanence. That's what the Buddha taught. Thank you, Rafi, for your hat and mustache. That was very fun. Dom Durgai Namah. And dearest Anna, thank you for another ice cream cone. I could go for that right now. Om Kamalyar Mahakalikai Namah. Dear Stevie G, you ask, is there a mantra for good sleep? You think you asked this before, but there must be one. Well, in the trinity of gunas, deep sleep is associated with tamas, the quality of darkness. And the presiding deity for the quality of darkness is Shiva. So you can chant Shiva's mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, or any other mantra for Shiva. Dear Reina Priyaji, today you learned how to say Astralabe. Don't take it from me, that was just my guess. I could be completely wrong about that. Astrolabe, could be astrolabe, for all I know. Dear Talkinton, you share that Nirvana literally means blowout state. Yes, from the root va, which means to blow, or even to weave. Nir is a prefix that negates it. Nirvana means without that which blows, without the blowing. You can translate it logically to a kind of extinguishing. And what are we extinguishing? We're extinguishing this identification that we misattribute of a permanent self in that which changes, like our body, like our mind, like our worldly afflictions. Hello, Didi. Oh, that's okay. Dearest Michelle. May all the good stuff that you experience here pervade your journey into your job, and may you come and go as you please. And that's the technical term, the good stuff. Thank you, Talkington, for your tiny. Yippee! And Raven, thank you for your 45 tiny tinies. It's a whole ensemble. I can hear them all now. They're not in sync with each other. And thank you, Anna, for your ice cream cone. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you for spelling Saguna Brahman, Prakriti, Nirguna Brahman, dear Raven. Just a simple correction of Nirguna beginning with an N, as in nincompoop, which is not what I'm calling you, but just the first N word that came to mind. Hello, dear Ella. Dear Stevie G, you ask, would you have to go vegetarian or vegan for a sattvic diet? Many animal products are tamasic, which includes meat as well as eggs. There is a very small handful of animal products that actually are sattvic. And that is dairy from a cow who was not raised just for the purpose of dairy, but to live a full life, and she just happens to have more milk than can feed her babies. She's treated with respect and reverence, as they do in India, ancient India at least. Similarly, ethically sourced honey in such a way that doesn't damage the lives of any pollinators, that's the word. These are considered sattvic in small quantities. But if you have any health conditions, that's much more important to consider. That has to do with our prarabdha karma. Not all of us have the right karma to live a purely sattvic lifestyle. Based on our past lives, we might have certain experiences in this life where we need, for whatever reason, to depend on something that's tamasic or rajasic. Like my mother, for example. And I definitely don't judge her for that. Thank you, dear Rafi, for the dragon crown that you sent as well. It's very beautiful. I've never gotten that gift before. I don't know how to breathe fire, but I do know the bija mantra for the element of fire, and that's Ram, which I was chanting as I went to the beach last night, even though it was below freezing. That did genuinely keep me warm. Ram. Thank you, dear Raven, for your pair of hanging lights. Om Brahm Bhairvaya Namo Namah. I am going through these comments very slowly, so thank you for your patience, everyone. Spinudha, you ask, do I think Buddhists are in grief or happiness? Both. Buddhists teach us to not run away from suffering. When sadness, fear, anger, grief arises, that we process those emotions, and that our peace, our joy, our happiness can be found not in absence of these experiences, but in acceptance of them. And yes, you spelled Om Namah Shivaya appropriately, dear Raven, although there is not an H at the end of Shivaya. And thank you for adding to the brilliance and wisdom that you observe among Sanghis, dear Magdalene Priya. Dear Gwendolyn Priya, you ask, can Nirvana be considered without sound? I can see the truth in that translation. Yes. Raven, you ask, would I say that the true highest self is spiritually infinite? Yes. I can see the truth in that. And thank you, Inevitable, for your trio of roses. Om Shri Mahalakshmiyai Namah. And thank you, Aetheris. I have not tried, or I haven't heard of that Talkington at least. Yes, dear Andy, my hair is getting long. A little bit every day. Hello, dear Lauren. Dear Jim, you thought India still held the cow holy. In general, they still do. As far as I know, I don't actually know any places in India that serve beef, but I know that with the influence of Western culture, things are changing, and India is becoming less and less vegetarian, but it's still a significant portion. I think over 1/3 of India today is still vegetarian, which is much larger than almost every country in the world, where vegetarianism is a measly few percent points at the most. But yes, they are still considered holy. They are a mother. Go Mata. Dear Adonis, you ask, have I ever practiced breathing techniques that warm or cool the body? Occasionally. Oh, I always appreciate your generosity, dear Raven. It is appreciated, but it will never be expected. It's very humbling. And thank you, Lola, for your tiny yippee. Dear Rafi, you ask, when I first realized that all it took was remembering who I was I happy or shocked? Oh, I distinctly remember running down this road on my university campus in the middle of the night, just in pure joy. I was jumping up and down with such glee. With a friend of mine at the time, we had both kind of made the realization or a similar realization at the same time. I remember who I am. I remember who I am. And we ran around like kids, just in pure bliss. Dear Michelle, you ask, how can you get your sleep rhythm back in order by tomorrow? Well, I don't know of any technique that'll reset your sleep schedule over in one night. It usually takes time for the body to adjust into its circadian rhythm. But given the fact that the reason why you want to go to bed is so that you can, wake up in time for your day tomorrow, then it'll be really good to maybe practice journaling all of the things that are on your mind about tomorrow. Or maybe you can just vocate them in prayer. That works too. Whatever you can do to just relieve yourself of any stress to go to bed early, that will help you go to bed early. The last thing you want is to be thinking over all permutations and combinations for how your day is going to go tomorrow. Some practice to leave that in the hands of the divine will really serve you well. So journaling whatever thoughts you have, or maybe even a note app on your phone, or you can express some of those ideas here if you're not going to bed immediately. But prayer would be what I would choose. Just let your heart out. Thank you, O Lord, O Mother Universe, O whomever I am speaking to that hears me now. Thank you for this opportunity for an occupation to serve others, generate wealth. May I understand that everything I need to do today has already been done, and tomorrow will go as best as it can according to my wishes, and that's enough. Oh, may I release any expectations, knowing that it shall go exactly the way it's meant to, and that my best is enough, and my enough is best. May I now dream of something completely unrelated. May I dream of cupcakes that have legs and arms, with saxophones, and they're just jamming out with little candy cherries on top, and that they're totally cool with me eating them while they play their beautiful music, because they're in no way a being that feels being eaten. And in fact, that's their purpose, and their spirit continues to play saxophone music and gain new cupcake bodies without the moral downfalls of cupcake cannibalism. Thank you, O Lord. Amen. Greetings, Lex. Dear Jim, you ask, what mantra did I do for anxiety? When I was experiencing the deepest pits of my anxiety, I chanted the Maha mantra, the great mantra. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hello, Shelly Belly. Is Guru Tanet here? Dear Lauren, you're wondering, what did I study at my university? A whole lot of nothing. But outside of the classroom, I was learning a lot more about spirituality and higher mathematics and the connection between the two. And much love, dear Michelle. Hello, Katie. Katie Chris Candy Crush. Good morning, dear Myrna. Katie, Chris, you share you don't want to go to sleep because you have nightmares. It's okay. I invest in you the ability to know when you are dreaming. And if anything gets too scary, you can just wake up and realize that you're safe in your bed and that it was only a dream. That is right, dear Enya. There's a sock. I'm like, what kind of sock? It's a riddle. Hello, dear Scott. Thank you, dear Lola, for the tiny that you had sent. Yahoo! And Rafi, thank you for your tiny as well. Dear Rafi, you ask, do I prefer books on mastering this reality, like the Kybalion, or escaping Gita? I have not read the Kybalion. I have read the Bhagavad Gita, and my interpretation of the Gita has not been one of escaping it. I think there are many valid ways of interpreting the Bhagavad Gita. You can interpret it in an escapist way. I do not. I prefer the former of what you said. I like mastering this reality. I would prefer. This reality is the Divine Mother. I have no intention on leaving my Divine Mother behind. I'm grateful for the safety you feel here, dear Katie Kress. Dear Austin, you share that America is crumbling. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dear Austin. Maybe you can be one of the people that helps put it back together in a better way for more people. I wish everyone who is in the United States peace in this moment. Remember that whatever is happening on the big stage of politics, that's the drama that doesn't need to be drawn into your heart. You have a responsibility, first and foremost, to cultivate peace within, not expect it to come from without. The world will be a better place when we focus on just this body and mind, and then when it's peaceful, that brings peace to our family and friends. And when our family and friends are more peaceful, that brings peace to our communities. And when we bring peace from our communities to the city, that affects the state, then the country, then the world. Start small. Dear Jim, you're wondering, what kind of mathematics did I study? Like Einstein deep stuff, or some calculus, or, basic plus and minus? All of the above. I'm happy to hear that, dear Adonis. Dear Rafi, you ask, what type of meditation do I practice? My favorite is mantra japa, recitation of mantra. Someone let Stevie G know when the meditation is happening. In about half an hour or so. Sounds good, dear Shelly Belly. Thank you, Rafi, for another rose. Om Vasudevaya Namah. Hello, dear Dead Flamingo. Alright. I would love for another. Wait for it. Wait for it. For another. Wait for it. Wait for it. Another episode of Ruminations, where we read from the beautiful poetry of the Sufi mystic Rumi. Shall we dive into it? Today we are beginning the third part of the Pocket Rumi, which is Selections from the Matnawi, translated by Kabir and Kamil Helminski. This poem is called Song of the Reed. Listen to the reed and the tale it tells, how it sings of separation. Ever since they cut me from the reed bed, my wail has caused men and women to weep. I want a heart torn open with longing to share the pain of this love. Whoever has been parted from his source longs to return to that state of union. At every gathering I play my lament. I'm a friend to both happy and sad. Each befriended me for his own reasons, yet none searched out the secrets I contain. My secret is not different than my lament, yet this is not for the senses to perceive. The body is not hidden from the soul, nor is the soul hidden from the body. And yet the soul is not for everyone to see. This flute is played with fire, not with wind. And without this fire, you would not exist. It is the fire of love that inspires the flute. It is the ferment of love that completes the wine. The reed is a comfort to all estranged lovers. In music, its music tears our veils away. Have you ever seen a poison or antidote like the reed? Have you seen a more intimate companion and lover? It sings of the past of blood. It relates the passion of Majnun. Only to the senseless is this sense confided. Does the tongue have any patron but the ear? Our days grow more unseasonable, these days which mix with grief and pain. But if the days that remain are few, let them go. It doesn't matter. But you remain. For nothing is as pure as you are. All but the fish quickly have their fill of his water, and the day is long without his daily bread. The raw do not understand the state of the ripe, so my words will be brief. Break your bonds, be free, my child. How long will silver and gold enslave you? If you pour the whole sea into a jug, will it hold more than one day's store? The greedy eye, like the jug, is never filled. Until content, the oyster holds no pearl. Only one who has been undressed by love is free of defect and desire. O gladness, O love, our partner in trade, healer of all our ills, our Plato and Galen, remedy of our pride and our vanity. With love this earthly body could soar in the air. The mountain could arise and nimbly dance. Love gave life to Mount Sinai. O lover, Sinai was drunk. Moses lost consciousness, pressed to the lips of one in harmony with myself. I might also tell all that can be told, but without a common tongue I am dumb, even if I have 100 songs to sing. When the rose is gone and the garden faded, you will no longer hear the nightingale's song. The beloved is all, the lover just a veil. The beloved is living, the lover a dead thing. If love withholds its strengthening care, the lover is left like a bird without wings. How will I be awake and aware if the light of the beloved is absent? Love wills that this word be brought forth. If you find the mirror of the heart dull, the rust has not been cleared from its face. O friends, listen to this tale, the marrow of our inward state. Thank you for listening to the Song of the Reed. May we realize its fiery wind as our soul, beloved, and this body like a flute, the lover, so estranged but strangely close, intimate, never parted. Thank you. This has been another episode of Ruminations. Welcome all who joined whilst we read. Thank you, Squade. May you have a wonderful sleep. I'm glad you liked my video about the flamingo. Speaking of Plato, in our poem, dear Katie Chris, you had asked, you want to know what I think about Play-Doh being a play on words for Plato. I like that. Like the Platonic world. We may derive from it many archetypal forms. Hello, dear Brandon and Melinda. Dear Ak, you ask, am I a fan of Shams Tabriz or Ibn Arabi as well? You could tell me if I could pronounce those names better. I have only heard of Shams Tabriz from Rumi's poetry. Rumi is my first introduction into Sufism and mystical Islam. Greg RG, you share Plato's theory of the world of forms, and all the forms are found in the Play-Doh. Well said. I'm glad you liked the long poetry of Rumi. I love long poems too. Magdalene Priya, you share, you asked the universe for a sign and it said, ruminate on it. Yes, Shams Tabriz was Rumi's mentor. There's plenty of space in this Sangha, dear Reina Priyaji. You could say it's Rumi. Thank you, dearest Brandon, for your quintet of roses and pair of paper cranes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you, Reina Priyaji, for your tiny tiny. Dearest Gina, thank you for your crystal rose, and Gigi. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Dear Kelly, you ask, how does one go about reconciling relationships? All relationships, ideally, are built on a foundation of friendship. And if anything you build on top of that friendship collapses, then you step back into friendship. In other words, you treat each other as you did when you were first getting to know each other. Oh, okay, this is where your boundaries are. I won't make any assumptions. Many things I still have to learn about you. What kind of space do you need? What kind of time? What are your preferred methods of communication? What can be challenging as relationships deepen is all the conclusions and assumptions we begin to make about the other person, that, oh, I know what their wants and needs are. But do we really? If the person is always changing, maybe we need to touch base with that again. Step back into a kind of acquaintanceship. My mom always taught me, always ask for consent, even if you've been given it before. She would teach me, I don't care how many times they've let you hold their hand, or kiss them, or hug them. If they are vulnerable in any way, you always ask beforehand. Even if you've done so 1,000 times. Beautiful, dear Miananda. In the silence of the heart, the truth is found. The soul dances alone, where no footsteps sound. I'm very grateful to have you here as always, dear Brandon. That's quite all right. You are free to come and go in the space as you please. And thank you, Reina Priyaji, for your rosa. Om Namo Maya Shakti. Dear Canadian Sean, you share. You figured it out. We are in an infinite fractal. I'm happy to share that observation with you. Welcome back, dear Mirna. Dear Hay, You think if consent has already been given, it can be pretty unsexy to constantly ask. No. Consent is sexy. Whoever feels like not asking consent would be sexier probably shouldn't be being engaged in any sexy business whatsoever. There is absolutely always a way to ask for consent without ruining the mood, so don't worry. It is not awkward in any way to ask for consent, but let me tell you, oh my goodness, if you're concerned about ruining the moment or being awkward, let me tell you, your risk is much higher if you don't ask for consent. And I can tell you from experience that in the many times I've done so, it has never once ruined the moment. You can have my assurance of that. We love consent. Now, if you want to explore a kind of playful, I just have to have you sort of intimacy, no questions asked, then you prearrange that. And you make sure that boundaries are set beforehand. And then you're given some freedom, some liberty. But there should always be a safe word established or rules beforehand. If you don't want to do that all in the moment, you do it some other time. My safe word is yippee! I think that would be a terrible safe word. Dear Okay It's Believe in Me, Jackie, do you ask if there's a story time or show and tell tonight? Yes, we always do so. And we do so at the beginning of the Sangha, so we've already done so. Our Sangha is broken up into thirds. The first third is dedicated to Shravana, which is listening. And it's in the listening portion that we do the show and tell and the reading from our story. We are currently in the Manana, the middle section dedicated to Q&A, and we'll be momentarily entering the final section, Nididhyasana, which is for implementing these experiences through a meditation, usually. We can never have enough consent, shares Dancing Aurora Borealis. No, right? Even a partner of 40 years, yes, you may have come to learn a lot about their boundaries, but could that change? Even overnight? Yeah. Without proper and constant communication and checking in, who knows what could be going through your partner's mind at any time, what they could be dealing with, what could be triggered from the past. That is a continual learning journey. Pineapples is a common one. Safe word, yes. Pineapples is a great word. Anyway, teetering on different topics, dear Rafi, you ask, what do I think about Buddhists' perspective about no soul or self? I would say that it's commonly misunderstood to mean that there is no soul, no self. It's a mistranslation of anatma. Atma does refer to the true self, and the prefix an does negate it, but it's used in a very specific context. The Buddhists are really just using the word atma in a slightly different way. The Buddhists are talking about the unreality of a permanent ego, that your sense of self is ultimately unreal and always changing. But if you listen to the talks of the Dalai Lama and other Buddhists, they constantly reference having a self, but that self as being nirguna, without any qualities, ultimately absent of form. So it is not actually in contradiction with the Hindu view of a permanent, unchanging self. It's just a different usage of the term Atma. Hello, dear Oro. Chantal. Anna, on the subject of consent, you share, the beloved one is even more beautiful when they can say no. Absolutely. Yeah. And have it be respected. Hello, dear Rise Up. Thank you, dear Perry. I have a question of the day, if you are interested in exploring with me. Today I ask of thee, wisdom is a character trait which benefits from what other character trait? I'd love to explore that with you. Pardon me. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, dear Oro. And okay to believe in me, Jackie. If my wording of this question is confusing, you can also think of it as what complements wisdom? What goes hand in hand with wisdom? And yes, I do meditations, dear Rise Up. We'll be doing a meditation shortly after this question of the day. Silliness complements wisdom 100%, dear Gwendolyn Priya. The wisest people, they're often the silliest, aren't they? Because their wisdom has freed them from the seriousness of life. Curiosity, shares Kelly. That goes hand in hand with them both. Intelligence, shares Stevie G. Yeah. We add certain worldly knowledge to complement that spiritual knowledge. Levity, shares Gwendolyn Priya. What a beautiful word. Levity. That word is so beautiful. I'm going to look it up to remind myself of its beauty. Humor or frivolity, especially the treatment of a serious matter with humor or in a manner lacking due respect. Thank you. Beautiful word. Non-judgment, adds Kelly. Raven, you share that wisdom is the marriage of mind, body, and soul mastery into profound insight of the realm in which we find ourselves. What a fantastic description of wisdom. Thank you for that. Welcome, dear green-eyed Momsta. Grace, adds Kelly. And enlightened. Dancing Aurora Borealis, you share being shrewd or astute, but also humble. Yes, I see where you're going with that. Experience, shares okay, it's believe in me, Jackie. 100%. Bubbles, you think that this isn't always outcome, but experience is a trait that wisdom benefits from. Definitely. Dear Emiri, you ask, why do some people live and die without knowing much, but some understand so much? Well, dear Emiri, we are all at different parts in a journey that takes place over multiple lifetimes. And when we take into consideration the whole of the journey we live before birth and after death, we all have the same experience, perhaps delegated in different things, however. And in a single lifetime also, one person may have a lot of experience in one area of life, but lack so in another area, and another person may have just the complement of that. They may be very absent in experience in one area, and very knowledgeable in the other. Hybrid Gen, you add respect. Complements wisdom. Michelle, you add humility and kindness. These are so beautiful. I really like this question. I'm glad I asked. Melinda, you share generosity. Periwing, you share time is wisdom. Wisdom is time. It's beautiful. Responsibility, shares Hybrid Gem. Yeah. Hello, Dakota. Myrna, you share wisdom is knowing you are nothing. So, nothingness. I like that a lot. I see where you went with that. Jay, you share authenticity. Okay, it's believe in me, Jackie, you share wit, intelligence, freedom. Humility, echoes Anna. Emotional regulation, shares Jocelyn. I'm really glad you added that. Yeah, that's a great answer. Sensibility, shares Stevie J. I like that word. Dearest G, you share wisdom with forgiveness. Yeah. Seeking for the unknown, shares Rafi. I love that. And thank you for adding to these vibes. Oh, Mamsta. Curiosity, shares Gwendolyn Priya. Miananda, you add to that actually. Wisdom thrives on curiosity. Because if you stop asking questions, you miss the punchline of life. Gregor G, you share all other traits mixing together in the witch's cauldron of soup we call the character. I love that. That's going on the fridge. Eric, you share open-mindedness. I love that answer, Eric. Simple and succinct. Jim, you share succeeding and failing and dusting off with a sly smile. Yeah, getting back up again. Observation, shares Kali. Nova RX, you ask, Pleiadian? Human. My mother is Mother Earth. Courage, shares Magdalene Priya. Acceptance, shares Aliens. Rachel, you share wisdom with optimism. We shall see becomes we shall see and make the most of what it is, or most of what is. Beautiful, Rachel. I like that. Healthy living, shares Stevie G. These are just all good traits to have. Jackie, you share openness, to see the world for what it is and can be. Beautiful. Omnipotence, shares Jay. Well, whoever is omnipotent, I would hope for them to be wise. So, I would say wisdom complements that, definitely. Hello, Hiya Dele Luna. Usha Priya Ji, you share being opened to totally new experiences, maybe. Absolutely. Myrna, you point out that wisdom is, this too shall pass. Much love. Ale, if that's how I pronounce your name. Or Ale. Ale. Empathy, adds JD. Definitely empathy is up there. Well said, dear Hia Delilona. Your wisdom has always resided within you. Oui, oui. Rio, you share that wisdom and bravery go well together. Bravery is a nice addition. And Rafi, you share being willing to change one's old beliefs. Yes. Well, I really delight in these answers. Such wonderful one-word answers from many of you. I always am inspired by the ability to answer so succinctly in one word. I think we've covered a lot of beautiful perspectives on this subject. Thank you. I'm going to minimize the question there for now. But if you have any more additions, you're welcome to share whenever. I really like silliness. Silliness, kindness. I think those really bring out the wisdom. Actually, those are proof of wisdom, isn't it? If you're truly wise, then you must be free from any confusions of life. Realize its ultimately playful nature. And kindness is a sign of your understanding of the oneness of our beings. Oh, I'm happy to hear that, dear green-eyed momsta. Gregor G, you're wondering about the saw sound in the background. I think that's probably my sister making a smoothie. Yeah, probably using a blender, I would imagine. I'm very inspired by my sister, who's 8 years younger than me, so she's 15, and she's been really learning lots about how to take care of her body, exercise, yoga, healthy diet regimens, nutrition, electrolytes, that sort of thing. I'm really proud of her. She's been growing so much. Serenity. I love that addition too, dear Billa. Playfulness is godliness. What a beautiful quote, dear Kelly. Dear Carol, you got a backward sounding question to ask, if that's okay. Yeah, of course. Don't worry. I'll read it backwards. Okay, that's if asked a question sounding backwards. God, I. See? I'm good at reading things backward. May you have a wonderful night, dear Jackie. Hello, dear Ashley. May you have a wonderful sleep, dear Hia Daliluna. Thank you, Ashley, for the heart me you sent to him. Am Namah Parashaktaye. I'm going to slowly transition now from Manana, our middle portion of our Sangha, to Nididhyasana, the final portion of our Sangha. Yeah, someone get Stevie G. He wanted to be here for the meditation. He is in chat. Whether he's me or not. Not. Welcome. Isn't our existence the play of the universe? Lila. Indeed, dear Rafi. I'll give a couple minutes for Carol to type the comment in the meantime, but we are going to meditate soon after. Well, 3 is a sacred hour, Hia Daliluna. It's known as Brahma Muhurta, which means the hour of God. Many humans naturally wake up around 3 or 4 and go back to sleep. But instead of going back to sleep, if you meditate, that's the most profound time to meditate. Alright, dear Carol, you ask, do I have any personal analogies that help me to open up to life outside of you? Like things that personally click, that help me gain awareness outside of you, or the personal. One practice that I like is to think about how I choose to identify with this body because my awareness permeates it. I feel like I'm the body because I feel the body. Put my hands up here, I feel that, feel this, feel that, feel that, feel this, feel that, feel these. I feel everything here. What our awareness permeates, we tend to identify with, right? And we don't tend to identify with the things outside the body because we don't feel it, right? Right now, I don't feel my wall behind me. So I don't feel like I am the wall. But try this on for size. If you hold an object, like this bar of selenium, for example, and then you touch whatever you're holding to another object, well, suddenly the vibrations pass through that object to your hand. Whereas before you couldn't feel it, now you can. Now, although it's a little different than tapping on any other part of my body, I still feel when I tap on the selenium. The vibrations pass through to my hand. And so, in some sense, you could say that now my awareness pervades the selenium. A part of me is now pervading the selenium. Analogously, when we are in close contact with life, we're not creating a kind of separation between ourself and others, our senses begin to pervade into their life too, and we feel a sense of self within those around us also. And whenever you want to practice this, you can just pick up something and, oh, I kind of feel like I'm inside the selenium now. Greg RG here with the fun fact that selenium is piezoelectric. Oh, how fun! That when you apply a vibration to it, it generates electricity. And if you apply electricity to it, it generates a vibration. And that's you with your selenite crystal necklace. How beautiful, dear G. Let us transition now into our meditation. That's a good one, thank you, shares Carol. Interestingly, the bounds of you and I disappear the more you love the person. Exactly. G is magic, you think, shares Josan. Oh, G is magic. I know. I am so excited for this meditation tonight. I don't really know why. I just know it's going to be a good one. You ready? Today's meditation is for the Svarīṣṭhāna chakra, the solar plexus, no, the Sacral Chakra. Sorry, I'm getting my chakras confused. The Svarīṣṭhāna chakra is said to have 6 lotus petals to it. And upon each lotus petal is a bija, is a seed which you chant as a mantra. At the center of the lotus is another bija, which you might be more familiar with. It's Vam. I thought we'd chant that as well as each of the 6 sub-mantras from each lotus petal, which are, I can show you on screen, all of the voiced sounds we can make with our lips, as well as all of the semi-vowels, forming the seeds as mantras. That is Bam, Bam, Mam, Yam, Ram, Lam, and the main Vam. This is what the chakra looks like. We can see at the top there is the Devanagari, the script used to render Sanskrit. Vam, and on each petal we have Bam, Bam, Mam, Yam, Ram, Lam as well. The reason there is 6 is because it relates to the 6 obstacles on the path of development. That includes anger, hate, greed, jealousy, cruelty, and laziness. So, by chanting the sub-mantras, we dissolve our anger, our hate, our greed, our jealousy, our cruelty, and our laziness. When chanting the main mantra, Vam, we become situated in the element of water, which represents our soft and yielding nature. The reason that these sounds are what they are, the ones that are produced from our lips, is because our lips are related to the element of water. In the 5 places of articulation that sounds can be produced from in Sanskrit, they each have a corresponding element, and our fluidic sounds that flow from our lips represent the water element. That is where the vam comes from, as well as the bam, bam, and mam. Adding to that, the semivowels lam, ram, lam. These are also very fluidic in their nature as well. I will be chanting on a Rudraksha Mala to count out 108 repetitions, and it's around your neck, if I may. Thank you. Without further ado, you may repeat after me or just listen. Sorry, there's a little ado. And that's to turn down the background music. Bam, bam, mam, ram, ram. I forgot the yam. From the top. Bam, bam, mam, yam, ram, ram. 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 Bam,
Bam bam mam yam ram lam 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 Bam bam mam
yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam ram lam bam bam mam yam Yam Ram Lam Vam Bam Bam Mam Yam Ram Lam 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 Bam Bam bham mam yam ram lam 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 Bam Bam Mam Yam Ram Lam Vam Bam Bam Mam Yam Ram Lam 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 Salutations to the element of water, to the Svarīṣṭhāna chakra, our sacral plexus center. May we be free of the 6 obstacles on the path of development. May all who hear this mantra benefit from its chanting. Thank you for meditating. This has been the 6 sub-mantras from the lotus petals and the main mantra of our sacral chakra. Namaste. That concludes our meditation, and with it our Sangha. Thank you for joining me thus far. I hope that meditation was nice for you. That was my first time doing the sub-mantras for the Svarīṣṭhāna chakra. I really like that. Good sounds. I'm very grateful that you enjoyed it, dear Stevie G. You're still awake, dear Michelle? May you go to sleep. Or are you just starting your day? I know it's very early for you. Anyway, you will rest when you are meant to. Thank you for participating, dear Dancing Aurora Borealis. And thank you, dear Usha Priyaji, for indirectly inspiring this meditation as we used your Guru's book. So, salutations to Paramahans Swami Maheshwarananda for blessing us all with the knowledge in this book. Thank you, dear Suz Namaste, for your heart me and pair of team bracelets. Sadhyo jatam prapadyami sadhyo jataya vai namo namah. Pardon my flatulence. Thank you, Dancing Aurora Borealis, for your heart me as well. Vamadevaya namo Jishtaya namah Svarīṣṭhāya namo Rudraya namah Kalaya namah Kalavikarnaya namo Balaya namo Balavikarnaya namo Balapramatanaya namah Sarva Bhuta Damanaya namo Manonmanaya namah. Dear Jay, you share it's hard to keep up with breathing while in mantra meditation. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's a good practice. It's also a form of pranayama at the same time. This book, dear Rio, is The Hidden Power in Humans. Subtitle, Chakras and Kundalini by Paramahans Swami Maheshwarananda. It was given to me by a devotee of its author, Usha Priyaji, and I've read through the whole thing and posted it on my YouTube channel on a playlist. So if you want an audiobook experience of it, it's there for you on my YouTube channel. But I really recommend getting the physical book, because nothing like looking at the pictures at any time you want, and also those wonderful tables at the back of the book from yogic philosophy, all about the different inner and outer senses, layers of reality, and the elements and energies, and how they all come together. Thank you, dear Jay, for the love you. Om Agorebhyo Ta Gorebhyo Agora Gore Tarebhya Sarvatash Sarva Sarvebhyo Namaste Rudra Rupebhya. What's up with all those chatty Cathys during the chant? You calling them out, Stevie G? I would have no idea because my eyes were closed. They are welcome to, of course, but of course if they want to listen to the mantra, I hope they benefit from that too. Dearest Gregor G, you point out that so many wonderful bright souls have visited with us tonight. I concur. Such as yourself. Thank you for being here. And everybody too. If there's anything I can do to hold space for you better, to make this a more inclusive live stream next time, please hold me accountable to that. Keep me humble. May this live stream be an offering to the divinity within you. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Mritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to the light, from death to deathlessness. Om. May there be peace in us. May there be peace in our environment. And may there be peace in the forces that act on us. Sweet dreams, dear Sangis. Also, this live stream will be uploaded to my Yamsox Lives YouTube channel. And meditation, the show and tell, and the readings, they have their own playlists that also get uploaded there. There's probably thousands of hours of, of content there if you're interested in exploring these things atemporally. Up to you, of course. I offer that there. Also, my inboxes are always open on Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, and email, in case you ever want to shoot a message. Everything I do remains free, eternally, as it is the greatest gift to be itself. What more could I ask? Thank you, dear Eira, for your heart meme. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat. Regardless of what time it is for you, may you have a wonderful evening, afternoon, night, morning. As G shares peace, love, unity, respect, responsibility, or plur for short. Thank you for being here, Myrna and Michelle. Good luck with your job. And I look forward to astral projecting in my dreams, which is what they are. Experiencing the collective subconscious. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your present moment. Namaste. Plur.